This computer. Hello, 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 you strange and beautiful, wonderful people out there. It is I, Sean, and with my buddy Thorgrim. Say hi, Thorgrim.
Hi, Thorgrim. I also have a cheesesteak here, so don't mind the munching.
Don't worry, we'll just say it's an experiment in ASMR.
Yep, we're doing a mukbang.
Auditory mukbang. We're going to mukbang all over your ears.
I'm gonna bang your muck. Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, today is October the 7th. Now, to my knowledge, there's nothing special about today, but there's a holiday for every day of the year. So who knows? If I get this wrong, if I forget that this is some very important holiday, feel free to correct me or be silent. I don't care. It matters not. For we have seen such strange movies that have left us feeling a strange void in our hearts. Now, yesterday, I said to Thorgrim after he was feeling rather tired. He had one of those weird sinusoidal weird little things, when you got that weird case of the ick and you just gotta take
Yep,
a nap to sleep through it.
yep.
And to try and make sure everything ends on a high note, we decided to go and watch on Eternal Family. I know it sounds like a cult, but it's a streaming service.
Well, there's a lot of cult classics on it. Oh,
Indeed. We decided to watch Hardrock Zombies.
mm-hmm.
Now, okay, Thorgrim, could you give us a little history about Hardrock Zombies?
All right. So, to the best of my understanding, Hardrock Zombies was originally going to be a short in an anthology film. But at some point, I don't know if the anthology part fell through or like the creators decided, fuck it, we can just make this a whole ass movie or what. But as a result, it became a whole movie and they stretched it to feature length, which is why the plot feels kind of wonky.
And when we say wonky, we mean it feels like you interconnected a bunch of different attempts at imitating, not being, imitating an 80s hair metal music video throughout the
Mm-hmm.
entire movie. Now, in better hands, this would have been kind of brilliant since this whole thing is a loving pastiche send up and just jaunt through the mind of someone, well, just the culture of 80s hair metal.
Mm-hmm.
Right down to the underage groupies.
Sadly, yes.
Sadly, yes. Oh, our hero's technically a piece of shit. But it was the 80s, baby. It was the 80s. But
Kind of sad.
it reads initially as just kind of goofy more than anything else. You have to
Mm-hmm.
not take this movie at all seriously. It has Ava Braun transforming into a werewolf.
Uh-huh.
On and played by an actress who clearly is not, well, elderly in any way,
Mm-hmm.
shape, or form. Like she could not
Just slap on the old age makeup, whatever.
give her the wig.
And then the werewolf makeup afterwards.
Like their ability to be werewolves is never explained. Just that for whatever reason in this movie, our rock band has to go to the town of Grand Guignol, somewhere in Central California,
You get it? You get it.
in order to perform in this town that does not like rock music. Cliche, I know. To a record producer or big time record executive. It's unclear. Like, okay, why in Grand Guignol? Were you just passing through? Why were you passing through? There is a story there. And at one point, the executive producer, whatever, whips out while he's listening to their rock show in this abandoned theater a portrait of a very muscular man in a speedo, and all I can think is he a straight gay? And it's never explained.
Nope.
Like,
Not a word of it brought up.
but I'm getting distracted. Yeah, I talked about Hitler. Yeah, Hitler. Hitler shows up. Hitler is an old man wearing old man makeup. Do with that what you will. Who, upon arranging for the banning of rock music and the killing of the band, reveals that he is Hitler and that he needs their, I guess, their manager to try and bring his message of world domination to the world because apparently he has stockpiled a shit ton of chemical weapons beneath some weird mountain in the area. Oh,
But wait, there's more.
oh yeah. Apparently, this band was futzing around with music and lyrics from some weird medieval tome about how to raise the dead. So, when that song is played, they arise from their grave as rock and roll zombies.
It's important to remember that they recorded this before. They recorded themselves playing this beforehand. It's on a tape, and when the leader of the band before he dies, he passes the tape on to the one girl, and the girl plays the tape, and then it brings them back, and they just kind of rise out of the ground and start lurching forward towards vengeance.
When we say lurch, we really mean more like they are strutting. Like they
Yeah,
are just going around moving like robots trying to flex every muscle they have. Like you'd believe that if you could probably bounce a quarter off that butt. As it was,
yeah,
because he is so they're being so tight. Also, they're wearing kiss makeup.
yep. That's how you know there's zombies. Is I guess I don't fucking know.
They rise, they kill the people who killed them, then they perform for the executive, then they drive away, rebury themselves, and then the people that they killed rise from the dead as ghouls, and the
And
town
start
is.
killing other people and start infecting more people with zombieism.
And the best way to describe this town is it's a piece of shit. Like, I am a man who lives in California, and I can tell you, even in the Central Valley, this place would not exist because someone would have wiped it out ages ago. Like, I don't want to seem like that kind of piece of shit, but it feels like this is that one town where like a spree shooting happens and you go, good for them.
Holy shit.
Darkest joke.
Oh, good stuff. Sorry, mouthful of cheese steak. Continue.
Yeah, you come for our movie reviews, you stay for the mukbang, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So yeah, everyone in this town's a piece of shit who's just like, I hate when these rock and roll people come by, and then they get pissed
And they
off.
do creepy shit themselves.
Yeah, they are creepy pieces of shit themselves. Who are like, what? You're saying that young people jerk it are just jerking it? What do you mean by jerking it? Oh, you mean? And then they do the jerk off gesture. Oh, that reminds me when we all got together and we all had that goat. And no, Johnny. Like, seriously, guys. No
Johnny,
one,
what the fuck?
like, guys, I get it. You all want to be some weird idea of Christian morality, but is it really
Well,
worth
that's the
it?
commentary there. It's like, oh, look, the people who constantly preach, you know, oh, we've got to be so moral and godly and shit are usually the biggest fucking freakazoids like ever. You know, the ones that tell other people what to do.
Now, the one thing that was like super creepers, the thing that runs through the movie, is the love interest,
Mm-hmm.
who can mouth, okay, who is named Cassie, who
Yep.
you're obviously a short woman, probably no more than 20, but the way she acts and is meant to be implied is somehow like a teenager, which makes her underage, which makes the way she acts even creepier because she acts like a timid 13-year-old girl. Which, okay, you have the obvious 30-something rock star, Epstein Island, going on that list.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie, when she's on screen, I had a hard time. Oh, also, the zombies will not eat heads.
Weirdly specific, but all right, way to, you know, distinguish yourself from other zombie movies.
To the point where at one point the like people of the town just do up a bunch of cardboard cutouts of celebrities' heads and just start walking with them in front to drive off the zombies, and the zombies are
Like
briefly
like
repelled.
shields.
The power of Elvis's face compels you. Begone, rotting champion of the dead.
Which is also ironic because some of the heads they have there are rock stars. Like again, you have Elvis, Jimi Hendrix shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a picture of Jimi Hendrix. None of these people actually show up in the movie. Is yeah,
Though honestly, this movie could have benefited from either a bunch of actual zombified versions of past rock stars showing up in that kind of, we don't give a shit. Reality can go eat my taint kind of way.
yeah,
You know the kind of 80s movies that would do that. Don't tell me you don't know.
yeah. Just go full Godfrey Ho with it.
Just totally Godfrey Ho this bitch.
Because
Or
this almost feels like a Godfrey Ho movie, like slightly.
and this occurred to me, part of Hitler's weird family, we assume, are two dwarves.
Yep.
And all I can think is this movie would be so much better if it was just an all dwarf cast.
Yeah.
Like, let's go Werner Herzog this shit. Yeah, even dwarves started small the rock and roll years.
And for some reason, one of them has a really fucked up looking face.
Never explained.
Yeah, like, and
Never.
this is before he zombifies. Like, he's just got a stupid puppet face.
Don't get me wrong, it's a good stupid puppet face.
Oh yeah. Oh, and there's a running gag in like the latter half of the movie where when he comes back, he starts eating himself.
Like, this guy is gradually imploding against all the laws of physics by consuming himself.
Yep, like the second to last thing in the movie you see is him eat his own face.
Which we all can agree probably is nasty because it's all got that hair in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the texture's got to be awful.
Oh yeah, it looks all rubbery and weird and stuff. It's like all that's left of his skull and it burps and then he's done because
I mean,
there's no more him left.
I
Or it's
guess
in
he's
his
the most.
stomach. Did he
I
eat
guess
his
apart.
stomach? How does this work?
I guess separate from other characters, he's the most ethical zombie because rather than eat other people, I will eat myself.
Auto cannibalism.
Auto cannibalism.
Yay? Question mark?
Also, I think it's implied that like the sheriff of the town was secretly Goebbels or Hess.
Or at minimum in cahoots with the Nazis. Well,
I
that part was not in dispute. Like he's clearly in cahoots with the Nazis.
I mean, give this movie credit for Nazis bad. Thank you. I wish that wasn't so hard to say these days.
Yeah. Well, it's not hard for like sane human beings like us.
Well, point, yeah. But, it doesn't feel
And
like
it's a pretty low bar when your definition of sane includes us. You should be able to clear that bar. And yet, if you don't, well, that's a problem. That's a you problem.
But overall, a lot of this movie, apart from its padding, which is honestly not that bad, like it's entertaining, goofy padding. Like
Hmm.
there's a sincerity to it that means that although it's not good, you can't hate it. It still feels like this is an overlong movie. Like you could have made this a solid hour and 15 minutes, and we would have been fine.
Well, again, like since it was originally planned as a short, it had to, they had to pad it a lot.
We get
That's
it.
why that second half feels like so disjointed.
Yep, that it do. That it
Yeah.
do. Still, it overall is a decent enough watch that I do recommend for if you want something goofy and weird for Halloween and you need something that has some hair metal energy. That being said, like I said, there isn't a lot else to say. I wish there was more to sort of go into. But honestly,
And of
well,
course, content warnings out the wazoo for this one.
yeah, like content warnings, don't get me wrong though, you get to see a hot girl's tushy many
That's true.
times.
So, your mileage may vary.
So your mileage may vary. You also see some hot guys.
Yeah, true.
But apart from that, like I said, it's not that much of a movie. So it didn't give me a whole lot to really latch onto to make fun of because one of the hardest things is, of course, making fun of a comedy. It's a hat on a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is so unserious, well, I feel a little bit like I'm being the asshole here because it's not that it's bad, it's that it feels unfinished.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the last part of this, I'll talk about a movie that's a lot more recent, and although I've seen, I'm not sure if my buddy Thorgrim has. Tell me, Thorgrim, have you watched VHS Halloween?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, he has not seen VHS Halloween yet. Yeah, oh, yeah,
Ooh la la.
that the way I said that was either me having a stroke or I was somehow briefly making something that sounded racist for a race that doesn't exist.
Oh no.
Ugh, that's quantum racism.
Oh. There's levels to that.
Indeed.
Many, many levels.
Stepping away from the quantum racismus, let's take a look at
Oh
VH.
no, Bames Jones is having a strong collarbongulance.
You know that will always make me giggle.
I know, it's always funny. It will never not be funny.
So allow me to adopt a certain persona so that I may talk about VHS Halloween. Hi, Mitch McConnell. No, no, no. And thus I have returned, Eldritch Cat William, channeled by this white boy to talk about VHS Halloween, and not that shitty comedy thing in Saudi Arabia. Bill Burr, I thought you were better than this.
Hey, that's what fucking David Cross said too.
That being said, that had to be some really good money. Forget the color of your mother's pussy money. I don't even know what that meant, but it felt good to say. I'll be right back, motherfuckers. I have to go get myself a drink.
Okay. Oh no, now I have to entertain people out. How do I follow that act? What the hell? Um,
Do a silly bitch dance, white boy.
I I am. They can't see it though. They can't see my silly bitch dance. Note to self: we will have to add visuals in the future. In the comments below, let us know if you want us to make dumbass cartoons of this shit.
My apologies, the ninja goblins were hoarding my lemon LaCroix. I'm not even a big fan of lemon, but it was the only fizzy water in the house that wasn't Safeway Select.
There you go, slurp that shit down.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That was somehow funnier than the Cat Williams shit.
Eldritch
And that
Cat.
shit's funny already.
Eldritch Cat Williams needs to keep his throat nice and wet.
Yeah.
So, the VHS series, as you know, has the unique gimmick of being a bunch of found footage movies in an anthological order were themed around horror. Originally, these movies were tended to be a tad more of the serious nature. trying to really go for it. But after the disaster that was VHS viral, like chlamydia, it was it was terrible. The only good part was the wraparound segment. So, they got back into that studio and they said to themselves, "Man, we have lost our way." And for many a year, they planned and they found a new strategy. They went full on trauma with it. A bit of the goofy juice got into their hoo-has, and they decided to go on a bloody spree. And it was delightful. Although I will say the one where it's all sci-fi themed left me feeling disappointed and empty. Like seriously, I don't know why that one was there. It was a nice experiment, but it felt so unnecessary.
Well, hey, look, sometimes they don't always work out.
That's true. Bless this mess, as my mother would say. She has many tentacles and many eyes that stretch into many crevices of this universe. So, hi, Ma. I'm on radio. So, for VHS Halloween, the obvious theming device is Halloween. And the bridge, the thing that connects all these stories, is a quest for one company in their internal records to create a truly haunted flavored delight, Diet Phantasma. A soda that, if I were to guess, probably contains some kind of artificial ectoplasm, and they're really bad at figuring out the concentration, like super bad. So when you got too much of it, it's like having just a little bit of fentanyl. It fucks you up.
Oh no, not the fentanyl. Nailed it.
That you did, Home Slice. That you did. So, as our Eldritch Cat Williams watched this, you see a bunch of test subjects. Some are children, little baby mans. Some are young, and it's clear like this is happening in England in the 1980s or like the early 90s, and it is not good. You see people go cattywampus, blowing up like balloons where their skin peels, people getting that can all up in their face because that can apparently thinks that your face is its future wife. And other shenanigans, telekinetic phenomenon, poltergeist phenomenon, biological horrors beyond compare, and all because one asshole named a Rothschild. Please don't think too hard on that one. It is not implied that he is a member of the Rothschild banking cartel family. They are just a bunch of inbred weirdos who happen to be Jewish. They are not actually part of some whack-ass conspiracy. Seriously, that conspiracy is so dumb, it just don't check out.
I that was that I don't know if that counts as a fourth wall break or what, but that was glorious too.
You gotta warn,
And truthful.
you gotta warn these people.
Yeah, yeah, because people end up falling for weird ass dumb conspiracy bullshit.
Some people will fall for the medbed scam. I am also here, Kermit the Frog. I'm sorry, just orgasm there.
Wouldn't that be followed with a yay?
Not the way I do it.
Oh no.
That pig broke me!
Oh fuck.
Anyway, enough of the hilarity of Kermit the Frog. I miss having normal sex! Okay, Kermit, that's enough of that. That's enough. So, our first story is Coochie Coochie Coo. I really hope I remember all the titles, but really, it's kind of irrelevant. You're gonna watch the movie. So, Coochie Coochie Coo involves two things that creep the fuck out of Eldridge Cat Williams. Women who are still lactating in spite of not being pregnant, and people dressed as adult babies. It is very gross. It is so gross you will probably smell this movie through the screen. Like shit and sour milk. It is so ew that I actually kind of have to recommend or suggest that if you're not comfortable with it, it's okay to skip.
That being said, if you're like hurt me plenty, oh boy, there you go.
Like it is one of those things that just makes you go, "Oh no. Oh no.
So what I'm gathering is this is the endurance test short.
Oh yeah."
This is the if you can handle this one, we can hang kind of thing. If you can hang here.
Breaking kayfabe for just a second. It's I, H.P. Lovecraft, come from beyond the grave. Don't even ask what the atheist afterlife looks like. It's all tentacles and spider legs here. You have to remember that there are certain kinds of fear pointed out by one of my inheritors, one Stephen King. No, he was not on the Epstein list, people. That was just a weird tweet. Anyway, when you're trying to do horror, you either have the gross out, which is this. You have the disturbing, which just makes you feel like, oh God, I don't want to be in this universe anymore. And you have the dread. Now, honestly, I was more of the dread and the disturbing. This is almost all gross out. So, if I were to compare it to anything, it would be that strange sort of movie that you'd get, like Brain Damaged, or maybe even, oh Lord, Street Trash, the original.
I remember Street Trash.
I'm now handing it back over to you, Cat Williams. Bye! What the fuck was that? That honky just popped out of nowhere. Anyway, here in my transdimensional crib. Yeah, basically the gross out is like disturbing, only you just kind of want to close your eyes and be somewhere else. Whereas the true disturbing is, oh, I am in this universe. Oh, woe is me. You can't close your eyes to it. So the next story. That's right, we're just gonna no segues. Just doing right there.
No segues needed. Just jump right in.
So the next story. If my brain canals remember correctly. Forgive me if it's out of order, but linear time escapes me, so I'm just going to talk about them out of order. There's a story about a man who is trying to do some videos to help people in a town that is dealing with a whole bunch of serial killings of children. And it turns out, oh no, it is my assistant who was doing it, and he later gets pinned for it, and in post-death. And all I'm like, okay, the only problem with this story is that I need some level of catharsis because it feels like the villain gets away a little too easily. It's kind of like how you need a Hannibal. It's not that he gets away, it's that you shouldn't get away because the public is that stupid. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not as satisfying. It's realistic. It's just not as satisfying.
Now, there is even a point where it's not that realistic because if someone were to have examined the body more than just like glance at it, you would have seen that he was killed by somebody else. And that later, the timeline would match up because the people who killed him were also then killed. But then again, we live in a world where CSI really fucked us up in terms of our expectations regarding crime scene scientific analysis. Yep, we are a terrible world. But then you had a story about people trying to get some candy. But the candy looks like it was AI generated. And when they take more than one piece, they are flung into a strange nightmare factory, as if it were directed by some Eli Roth abomination crossed with the gentleman responsible for, like, I don't know, shit. Thorgrim, save me!
How am I gonna do that? I haven't seen this.
Shit! Invisible Dick, save me! Patriarchy. That doesn't help me, Invisible Dicks. Sorry, all they say is patriarchy.
Well, a penis would be no. I'm gonna give some penises credit. That's a sentence that I said. They're not all gonna go for that, but some are.
True, and one must never forget the texture, the feel of the feminine penis.
The sheenus, as I like to call it.
Oh, I know.
Colloquially referred to as the gawk.
Now I remember. Okay. Sorry, my memory was being a nationalistic racist honky bastard. The one that comes right after Diet Phantasma is Ut supra sic infra. As above, so below. That's what I say when we're about to go. And it's a story about a kid who tries to take responsibility for the mass death of his Halloween crew, when clearly even the police are like, yeah, no, we don't believe that shit. And I believe it all takes place in good old Spain. That or it's in Mexico. I don't know, it's all Spanish to me. Eldridge Kent Williams. You're gonna see some telekinetic action and some eye gouging. Overall, it's a fun segment.
Man, I can't talk today.
Nah, you're doing fine, baby. You're doing fine. But yes, in fun size, you will see a man eat a candy penis.
That is full of a little bit too much cream.
Like, it's also got layers. It's chewy.
Which makes you think, is this actually a penis?
And the thing I was trying to remember was that it felt like a bit of Poppy's Playtime mixed with a little Five Nights at Freddy action, subdivided by some haunted candy factory shit a la Willy Wonka, but minus the shenanigans that would make a Willy Wonka style factory fantastic. Seriously, this factory is cold steel and a little too brutal. But overall, I feel it's the best segment apart from, hold on, Latin, ut supra sic infra. Mostly because you have a fun character and it's made by the guy responsible for Too Many Cooks.
Yeah, I had heard.
That being said, turning a human body into candy should honestly require like a little more creativity. Like, I feel that your weird AI generated candy wrappers, the and ands, should have been like have more interesting candies inside of them. Like, somehow you turned a man's testicles into a bunch of chocolate covered nerds. That actually sounds kind of delicious.
Nerd nuts.
Also, the one I mentioned regarding the serial child killer, that one's called Kid Print. Yeah, you remember that kind of shit back in the day. People all scared of that stranger danger.
Has that ever stopped?
Not one goddamn bit.
Nope. When in reality, in most cases, it's someone the victim knows, sadly.
That
being said, don't randomly let a kid jump into some van they don't know.
There is no such thing as a candy van.
Don't do it, kids, because then Uncle Touchy will take you down to his naked puzzle basement, and that's not good for anybody.
Uncle touches puzzle basement. You won't wear a shirt and you'll cry.
You gotta really Bob Seger it.
Yep. This you and I know.
The last story is Home Haunt, where one man dedicated to trying to make a fine-ass spook house steals a magic record, not realizing it's actual magic. And so the monster mash really happens, and everything in his spook house comes to terrifying life. Which, in all honesty, I would have watched that as a full-on movie.
Maybe one day we'll get it as a full-on movie.
That would be delightful. Also, Rick Baker is responsible for the creature effects.
Also, from what I hear anyway, he shows up in the short
Yeah.
as
As
like a pissy critic.
Like, you ever get one of those neighbor who's just a pissy critic when it comes
And
to
he's like taking the piss out of his own work, basically, when you get down to it.
like, dude, come on. He put in the effort, and your bitch ass can't handle the fact that a few of his spooks maybe are meant for the wee ones? Then again, I'm betting these guys live up in Burbank. I remember what. Okay, I'm gonna drop character for a second.
I was gonna say, I'm impressed you've held out that long. That took dedication. Bravo, sir.
Dedication to the craft. And to being possessed by Eldritch Cat. You must fear the dread white spirit Yakub.
Oh, god damn it.
Hell yeah. But one thing that is interesting is like, okay, you have so many different movie people who like live up in areas in LA and Burbank specifically that you also have them applying their trade to like a lot of the rather gory scenes to decorate their houses for Halloween. So it's like,
Oh yeah, you see over there. That's you see that there's a murder suicide implied here where the werewolf has been killed and Frank he's just about to shoot himself under the chin, gonna go make sure his really penetrates the brain there, make sure we get that blood splatter, and you see he's got a little erection because you know it's from the depression and the need for endorphins after he performed the murder.
and that would be it. And it's like
I love how you basically ad-lib that one. You ad-lib that one Patton Oswalt bit, yet made it your own.
it's a talent, but it's basically that. You have people who are very straight-laced, very I gotta make these fucking zombies for another movie where they're just gonna go to waste. And now it's like, it's Halloween. I should really dedicate myself to advertising my craft. And they always take it a step too far. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd rather it be for Halloween than for Christmas because with Halloween, it's a smaller electricity bill.
Yeah, true.
Oh no, the fizzies. The fizzies.
Don't choke on the fizzies. Oh god.
Eldritch Cat Williams, save me! Oh, that was like the opposite of mukbang.
Bang. Fuck.
Ugh, gnabcum.
Oh, that sounds even worse.
Oh. Channeling the spirits of Videl and Diablo 2.
Oh, you all right, man?
I'm fine. I'm fine. It just hit that one spot in the throat where, like, if anything touches it, it's like a gag reflex kind of thing.
I got you.
The wrong pipe, as they say.
Yep.
The anti-drowning button. But yeah, so that's Hardrock Zombies and a movie we both watched, and excuse me. And VHS Halloween, a movie that I watched. Now, would I recommend both of these for Halloween? Yes. But All those
And
years
he
of never
chokes on his
vaping.
own fizz
Yep. Oh no, I have been fizzed.
to death.
Rescue Rangers, gummy bears, save me.
But yes, I also recommend the one I saw at the very least.
Correct. Like, ultimately, with Halloween, you have to really know who you're playing to. Though, I will say this, the one thing that's annoying for every Halloween party there's ever been since the dawn of man is the one guy, and it's usually a guy. NB, woman, not so much. Because I met some trad moms who are into some freaky shit. But you come across that one guy who just can't handle horror or who just wants something kind of safe and spooky. And I'm like, you are as trapped in perpetual juvenilia. It's like it's okay to not like scary movies. But at the same time, you knew what this party was about. Why did you come?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want someone who can't handle their shit and just derail the whole evening.
Yeah, true.
And I'm not even here to diss people who can't handle blood and guts. All of us got to set a different kind of tum-tum.
Yeah.
But if your friend, and don't get me wrong, you have every right to be pissed if your friends whip this out when they know you're about and they accepted you coming. That is like when they promised you one thing but gave you another. But when they tell you it's going to be scary and then you come by and you act all ignorant, no, that's on you, sweet cheeks. That's on you. So don't be a little bitch.
We have two separate what you call it? These are two separate scenarios.
Exactly. But that's enough of that. We will review more shit in the very near future. In the meantime, gumdrops, lollipops, and all the candy there are, I hope none of it sticks to the floor of your new car. For this Halloween and October surprise, I hope you get a sweet treat right between your thighs.
Glorious weenus tied to all.
Indeed. That was all improv, baby. Anyway, kiss your dad right on the lips. Have a good night.
Bye.
Okay.